Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be talking about my summer TBR, so let's just get right into it. So I know I mentioned in a previous video, I think it was my April wrap-up, that I was pre-filming some videos because I'm getting my wisdom teeth out tomorrow when I'm filming this. And so by the time you're watching this, they're out and I am recovered, presumably. But I figured, since I haven't really read a lot lately, just like because I've been so busy, that I would film a video of books I want to read that I have been looking at on my shelves thinking, man, I wish I could start that book, but I don't have time. So these are all the books that I'm hoping to get to this summer. I probably will read much more than this, and obviously like a ton of probably different books than these. I may not even get to all of these. But these are just the ones that I would like to get to this summer, or books that I've sort of been putting off to read this summer. So let's just get right into them. The first book is Final Offer by Lauren Asher. I actually bought this the day it came out, and I've just been putting it off because it takes place, I'm pretty sure, at a lake house. And to me, that's just like so summer that like that's where I want to read this, is in the summer. And so I've been putting this off. It looks so good though. I have seen like a little bit of like mixed reviews of this, but honestly, like I really think I'm gonna love this because I loved the first two, and anything at a lake house just like really speaks to something in me. And so I really think I'm gonna love this. I'm fully expecting this to be a 5-star read, so I will definitely be getting to this summer at some point. I may do like a reading vlog maybe, but like I feel like by the time I read this, like no one will care anymore because it will have been months since it came out. I think it already has been months. But then I also would like to read Marriage for One by Ella Mays. This is the only Ella Mays book I have not read yet. Actually, that's not true because she's releasing a new one. It's probably out by the time this video goes up, or it's coming out shortly. But she's got a new one coming out that I also want to read, but I haven't bought yet. But this one I own, so I'm like, this one I should really get to. And I've heard a lot of really good things about this. I've pretty much seen everybody give this 5 stars. I don't think I've ever seen anyone like talk bad about this book. I don't really know what this is about at all, to be honest, and I don't really want to know. I kind of just want to go in blind. But I love this cover. I love these like new editions that she has. And so I'm excited to get to this one as well. I don't know that it's particularly summery or anything, but like I said, I don't really want to know. Next, this one has been on my shelf since Christmas, maybe before Christmas, maybe last Christmas. I don't even know. This is A Throttled by Lauren Asher. I know I bought these during the chapters sale. I just can't remember if it was last year's or the year before's. But this series has been sitting on my shelf for a little while now, and I feel like I should really start it. I'd like to at least get through the first book. I actually, my like Hoopla from my library has the audiobook for just this book, so hopefully I could even read it that way if I don't feel like picking up the book. But I'm excited for these. I've never read like a race car, Formula One, whatever type book, but I like the Dreamland Billionaires, so I'm thinking I should like this because I obviously like at least like her writing, so hopefully I like that and the rest of the series because I do own them all. Then I would like to get to Twisted Lies by Anna Huang. This is the only one from the Twisted series I haven't read yet, and I feel like this one sounds like it's going to be the one that I like the most. I don't know. Something about like the dynamic that I'm getting, like the vibes from the synopsis, that probably made no sense, but the vibes are there, I think, with this one. And just like reading the synopsis, I feel like I'm really going to like this, so I'll be really sad if I don't. But this is a big book, so definitely one that I'm going to have to spend some like serious time reading. But I would like to get to this one at some point in time and finish off that series. Next, I want to read Love on the Lake by Helena Hunting. I think this came out last summer or the summer before, and I've had it since then, and I just haven't gotten around to it. This is the second book in her, I have no idea what this is called. I want to say it's called like Love on the Lake, but that's the title of the book, so that's probably not the title of the series. But there's 2 of them. I don't know if there's only ever going to be 2 of them or if there's like more, but I read the first one. I liked it. They're like cottagey romances, and I personally love like cottagey romances that are actually written by Canadians because I feel like they get the whole Canadian cottage vibe right. And so I definitely want to read this one, probably while I'm at the cottage this summer. And so I'm excited to eventually get to this one. Next, also by Helena Hunting, I would like to finally get to Bittersweet Heart. These are like all books that I know I'm going to love, and I've just been putting off because I don't have the amount of time I want to dedicate to them. And so I'm going to try and get better at like time managing and all that stuff in the coming months, that hopefully I can actually like pencil in time in my week for like, okay, this is the day that I'm going to read, this is when I'm going to read, and then I may have more time to actually get through these books that I want to read. Because I find lately I'm mostly listening to audiobooks. Like if I can't get the audiobook, I'm just not reading the book. And I don't love that. I actually like reading like the physical book, so I just need to get better at like making time for that. I loved Little Lies, which is the first book in this series. This is like the spin-off of the Pucked and All In series, but you don't need to read those because these are like next generation, so like really it doesn't matter if you've read them. It's just sort of cool, like if you have read them, you see the parents in it. And if you read Pucked and didn't like Pucked, I would still give this series a shot because it's totally different. It's new adult, like hockey romances. They're in college. It's very reminiscent of Off Campus by Elle Kennedy, like equally as good. Really, really loved it. And I've heard just as good of things about this one. And this one does kind of have a summery vibe too, because I think it starts in the summer where it says he meets her because a woman literally floats into my dock just before the summer ends. So they're like going to start at the cottage, I think, probably. And this is a professor-student romance, but the student is the guy, which is sort of interesting. So I'm not sure. I'm like, that's not like my favorite thing. I've only ever read one book like that, and it was Defy by LJ Shen. And I actually DNF'd it because I just really didn't like the dynamic between the two of them. So I'm interested to see how this one goes. Like I said, I've seen a lot of people like this, so I'm excited to give it a shot. And this next one is another one that I really think is going to be a 5-star read. This is If This Is Love by Julie Ann. I originally saw this on Emily Wittig's, is that how you say her name? I have no idea. But I saw it on her Instagram because she was showing how she designed the cover. She's the one that does a lot of the like discreet covers or the special edition covers. She designs a lot of them. And she like posts a lot on social media about that. And so she posted a video showing how she designed this. And I remember seeing it and thinking that I might like it because it had the horse and it was reminding me of Elsie Silver's Gold Rush Ranch series. And I was like, maybe that'd be up my alley because it's like cowboys, but I'd never heard of the author. So I was like, I don't know that it's going to be like the kind of romance I'm looking for or, you know, whatever. And so it kind of fell off my radar after I saw it that one time. But then I saw Cheyenne from That's How Book Girl talking about this, and I think it was a wrap-up where she was saying she gave this 5 stars and she was describing this book, and she was saying that it's about a girl who basically, I think, lives on like a farm with just her dad, and her dad is abusive. I'm not sure if her mom's around. Maybe she is. I don't know. But her dad's abusive, and she lives on the farm with him, and there's this guy, Milo, who is like a barn hand, or like a cowboy, or I guess both, maybe. He like lives on the farm, and it says, as I get older, I no longer look at Milo like a big brother. And so he's kind of always been the one that she's run to, like when her dad is like causing problems and whatever, like he's always been the one there for her. And this is gonna turn into their romance, obviously, but like this reminds me of Bad for You by Abby Glines, which I really, really love, but I imagine better. Plus, like, with cowboys, which just makes anything better. And so I'm really, really excited to read this. Like, I really, really think this is going to be a 5-star read for me. This may be, like, a new all-time favorite, to be honest. Like, this just sounds so good. Like, I'm so excited to read this. Then, next is, of course, sort of go along with small town horse vibes, I guess, is I want to read the entire Gold Rush Ranch series by Elsie Silver. I am so excited to read these, but I keep kind of putting them off because I'm one of those weird people that's like, I can't not have a new Elsie Silver book to read, so I cannot read the entire series because then I'll have no new Elsie Silver books to read, but like I really do want to read these. And so I want to read all of them, and the novella, I have that as well. I also was just thinking, I didn't even think to include books that aren't even out in this video, but I think Reckless comes out this summer, so that's definitely on my summer TBR as well. I am so excited for that book. It's not even funny. I might do a reading vlog. We'll see. I don't know where I'm going to be at by then. But then I also would like to read these, probably more towards the end of the summer, but I would like to get these done before, like I want to do I probably will like 100% reading vlog these, but I want to do it in the summer when I have more time, because once like Halloween spooky season actually rolls around, I usually get really busy with work. So I want to read these maybe like in August, sort of leading up to that. And, you know, then I'll do a reading vlog for like September or October for like spooky season, because I thought that would be kind of fun. Then I also really want to read Jasper Vale by Devney Perry. I haven't read this yet. I feel like I really should have because this is one of my favorite series, but I just haven't gotten around to it. But I do really want to read this one. Obviously, like I said, one of my favorite series, so definitely want to get to this one this summer. I also really, really want to read Mile High and The Right Move by Liz Tomford. My library just got the audio for the first one, so I can definitely read that one soon, and then I may just I'm probably going to buy the paperbacks of those, to be honest, because I have a feeling I'm going to love them. And so I do want to read those as well. I've seen so many good things about those. Like, I have not seen anyone give those books like 3 stars or less. Like, every review I've seen has been 4 or 5 stars. And so I'm just really excited to get to those as well. I think they're going to be really, really good. And lastly is Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. This is I don't know if it's like connected to Every Summer After, or if this is like a whole new book. It kind of matches the vibes of that, but I know like Emily Henry's books kind of all look the same even though they're completely different. So I'm not sure if it's actually like a standalone series. I haven't even read the synopsis for this, but I love the cover, and I also love that in Canada we're getting the sort of like painting cover this time, because last time with Every Summer After we got like a cover that I really didn't like, and the US got like the pretty painting cover, so I had to order it from Book Outlet to get the other edition because I liked it better. But we're actually getting the nice edition this time, so I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited about the book in general. I already have a hold on the audiobook from my library, and I think that's going to be another good summer read. And so like I said, like this is like a very loose list of like what I'm hoping to get to, and just like books that I, have had on my radar for a while that I would really like to read. Things may change. I may read other books. I may read none of these. I may read all of them. Like, I have no idea. But that is just kind of the books I hope to get to this summer. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. I do new book videos every single week, and I will see you next time.